warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Desrin Rohatima and I will read biography of Baharudin Yusuf Habibie. Baharudin Yusuf Habibie, born June 25, 1936, Parepare, Indonesia. Die September 11, 2019, Jakarta. Was an Indonesian aircraft engineer and politician who has President of Indonesia 1998 to 1999 and a leader in the country's technological and economic development in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Brilliant in science, mathematics from childhood, Habibie received his post-secondary education at the Bandung Institute of Technology in Bandung, Indonesia, and further he studied at the Institute of Technology of North Rhine-Westphalia in Aachen, West Germany. After graduating in 1960, he remained in West Germany as an aeronautic researcher and production supervisor. Suharto took power as Indonesia's second president in 1966, and in 1974 he asked Habibie, whom he had known for 25 years, to return to the country to help build advanced industries. Suharto assured him that he could do whatever was needed to accomplish that goal. Initially assigned to the state oil company Pertamina, Habibie became a government advisor and chief of a new aerospace company in 1976. 2 years later, he became research minister and head of an agency for technology evolution and application. In these roles, he oversaw a number of ventures involving the production and transportation of heavy machinery, steel, electronic and telecommunication equipment, and arms and ammunition. Habibie believed his enterprise ultimately would spawn high-tech ventures in the private sector and allow the country to climb the technology ladder. In 1993, he unveiled the first Indonesian-developed plane which he helped design, and in the following year he launched a plan to refurbish more than 3 dozen vessels bought from the former East German Navy at his initiative. The Finance Ministry bought at the cost of the latter and the fourth, while the armed force thought that its trust had been violated. Nevertheless, Habibie got more than $400 million for refurbishing. Meanwhile, in 1990, Habibie was appointed head of Indonesia Muslim Intellectuals Association, and during the 1993 Central Board election of the country's ruling party, Golkar, Habibie helped the children and allies of President Suharto rise to top position. Easy, outstanding military-backed power broke by the late 1990s. Habibie was viewed as one of several possible successors to the aging Suharto. In March 1998, Suharto appointed Habibie to the vice presidency, and 2 months later, in the wake of large-scale violence in Jakarta, Suharto announced his resignation, thrust unexpectedly into the country's top position. Habibie immediately began to implement major reforms. He appointed a new cabinet, fired Suharto's eldest daughters as social affairs minister, and well as his longtime friend as trade and industry minister, named a committee to draft less restrictive political laws, allow a free press, arrange for parliamentary and presidential elections the following year, and agree to presidential term limits to 5-year terms. He also granted amnesty to more than 100 political prisoners. In 1999, Habibie announced that at Timor, a former Portuguese colony that had been invaded by Indonesia in 1975, could choose between special autonomy and independency. The territory chose independence. Indonesia had free general elections, the first since 1955. In June, as promised later that year, Habibie ran for president, but he withdrew his candidacy shortly before the October election, which was won by Abdurrahman Wahid. After Wahid took office, Habibie essentially stepped out of politics. Although in 2000 he established the Habibie Center, a politics research institute. That's what can I read for you all. Thanks for your attention. See you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.